Hi, I'm Dana, and we're doing a little low lighting situation because, quite frankly, I can't deal with the sensory overwhelm and just general. I'm not being in a bright room right now, okay? I've just spent all day putting off everything that I actually should and could have been doing because I got an invitation to go to a little event tonight. It's not even like an actual event. There's a local club that's having like a pizza night, and I got an invite to it. And I spent I looked into it and made sure it's something I'd like to go to, and was like, yeah, and let the person know. And the closer it got to the time, the more I was like, I don't want to go. You know, like I said yes because I like the person that invited me a lot, and I like the people that they hang out with, and I'd really love to be like closer friends with them, like get to know them. That's why I agreed. And the closer it got, the more I was like, there's a DJ, I frankly I don't want to eat pizza. Like the idea of like greasy vegan cheese where it's not like I don't want it. The actual food's a no. I don't feel like getting drunk and drinking, which is like the other purpose of being there. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna either be really dark with like lots of flashing lights, or just like bright and everyone's gonna be able to like look at each other. I don't want either option. I don't want to be around like the general public, like the people that I agreed to and said yes to. I would have liked to be around them. They're like known people. I like them. That would have been lovely. Being around just like general people, I don't want. And just like all the sensory stuff of like, I did like extremely fucking minimal makeup anyway, and I've already washed it all off because just like the sensory thing of having something on my face has driven me absolutely up the fucking wall. And I put my cute little outfit on, and I have gotten pretty good at dressing in ways where like I like what I'm wearing and it's also comfortable in a sensory way, so I didn't feel bad about it in that fashion, like in that way, But yeah, like I got dressed, like I really, really fucking intended to show up and go. It's one of those things where like I didn't necessarily like want the event, but I was like, I'll hype myself up for it and it'll be alright. But I could not hype myself up for it, and I got dressed in silence. And it was a weird like ASMR moment where like I was hearing all like the rustle of the clothes as I put them on, and like nothing looked right, and just like the sounds of my outfit, like I've never had that before. That's a brand new sensory thing for me. And like I wasn't wearing like new things, it's all stuff that I've owned for a while, and like like I haven't changed anything, nothing's different about them. But just like, and I think for one, I normally have something playing, like I normally have like a movie or a show on in the background or some music, so I don't normally like hear that many sounds of like day-to-day life. But just like, I don't know, like it was so like, just listening to myself getting dressed was really horrible. But I also like wasn't in like the sensory place to have something playing, so I had to. I didn't like it at all. I got dressed and got ready and did like my minimal little bit of makeup, and I walked like probably a bit over halfway to the venue, and then I just did the thing where you like take a left and loop back around. I absolutely couldn't imagine walking up to a building that I've never been in before, filled with strangers, and like looking around and seeing if the people I know are there. And like, I hate the act of meeting up with people. Like I'm probably gonna like do a video about things I hate soon, but I need to bring it up here because the like actively being around people and hanging out with people I know I really, really enjoy. But the act of like, oh, we're meeting up in town, I'm on this bus, meet me here. Oh, we're at this venue, we're like, like the act of actually finding the person you're meeting up with, I absolutely fucking despise. It makes me so anxious, and like, I feel so embarrassed, like standing somewhere looking for someone. I just feel so awkward and weird about it. I don't know how to be natural about it, Like, I don't know what it fucking is, but I hate it. And like, the idea of showing up at a venue I don't know with people I don't know, and like even the people I like that was there to meet, like I don't know them super well. Like the whole idea of it was just so fucking overwhelming that it's one of those moments where like I've had them quite a number of times in my life where my brain is still like, no, we're going, like we've gotten dressed and we've gotten ready and we've told them that we're going and we're on the way there. We're going to the event, we're on the way. And my feet have already turned, I'm already walking home, and my brain's like, no, but we're still going. And then when I do get home, it's this like weird, like nothing's actually happened. I know that it's fine, I didn't have to go. Like one of my big things is I'm an adult, like I'm a grown up. One of the big major parts of being an adult that we all like You know, the point of prison being punishment is that when we're not in prison, we can do basically whatever the fuck we want if it's not illegal, you know? Like, you don't have to be basically anywhere as an adult, you know? And, like, there's consequences sometimes if you're not. But for this kind of thing, there's no consequence to me not showing up, really. You know, like, I do need to message them. Like, it's 8:30 now, and they said they were going at 6, 7ish, so I feel like it's probably pretty obvious that I'm not showing. But I am going to send them a message being like, I'm having a big anxiety moment, and I couldn't show up tonight. Very sorry about that. I'd love to organise something else to get to hang out. And it's one of those where, like, I am very, like, if they have an issue with that, that's their fucking issue, you know? And, like, like I said, I don't know them well, but I've hung out with them enough that, like, I really don't see them having an issue or being any sort of, like, not nice way about it, you know? But I still don't love having to do this and having to send those messages. But yeah, so, because I think it's because I have the mindset of, like, I'm a grown-up and I don't actually have to be anywhere I don't want to be. You know, with a few rare exceptions. In my personal day-to-day life, there's nowhere that I have to be that I don't really want to be, you know? I mean, that's kind of a lie, because I never, like, want to do a food shopping Asda, but, you know, like, I want the food, so I do want to be there because I want the food that they're on. Like, you get what I mean, I hope. I think it's having that stance that means that, like, I'm not doing, like, a meltdown. Yeah, like, I was wary as I got closer to home. I could, like, sort of feel tears trickling my eyes a bit, and then my jaw starts to ache. That's the thing I want to talk about. That's what I've been leading up to this whole fucking time. I'm a little bit discombobulated, I'm afraid. But there's times when I don't have a meltdown, but I've gotten, like, so fucking tense and so close to one and so, like, emotionally and, like, sensory. That's the thing as well, is that the more, like, emotionally overwhelmed I am, the more things around me overwhelm me. And I think that's one of the big things that people don't understand with why, like, I can do some things and not others, is, like, some things I'm not emotionally overwhelmed, so the sensory overwhelm just doesn't feel as bad as it does when I'm emotionally overwhelmed. But, like, it wasn't quite enough overwhelmed to actually have a meltdown. And like I said a minute ago, I don't know why I'm repeating it, I did sort of think I was going to on the way home, because it was sort of, like, starting to leave there, but I think, like, the walk and the cold air and having my music, like, all of that helped quite a lot. So I've gotten in, made myself a cuppa, looked around and been like, oh fuck, I've left my room a mess. I'm not doing, like, my actual filming setup now. That's so much fucking effort and hassle, and, like, I can't deal with that right now. So I've, like, done a very janky little set and lighting setup and started doing this. Like, that is what I've done upon getting home, and I do feel a bit out of it and a bit, I never know how to describe it, because there's times when I've had basically everything that could lead up to the, like, emotion, like, meltdown, but I haven't had the emotional overwhelm, so the meltdown hasn't actually arrived, but I have this tenseness, and it feels like my teeth, it feels like my top back teeth are closing in and there's not enough space for my tongue, and it feels like I'm not in like, I am looking through my eyes, I am seeing what you would, like, expect me to be perceiving, because I am me, and it's, you know, but I feel like when I'm my normal everyday self, my thoughts are here, I'm here, I exist at, like, the forefront of my brain, I'm experiencing everything at the front of my body, I am me, you know? And when I have these, like, weird, not quite a meltdown, but could have led into one, I'm back here. Like, I fully feel like I'm sat in the back of my head, and it, like, I am still looking through my eyes. It's not, like, tunnel vision, it's not, like, an actual visionary thing, like, it is very much, like, a mental in my head thing. Like, it feels like it's further away. Like, it literally feels like the world and reality and all the things that I can see are further away than they usually are. I think I've managed to explain it there. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get. Like, one of the things that always makes me think of is in the Doctor Who episode Let's Kill Hitler, when it's the little people, like, controlling the person inside. Like, on the day-to-day, I'm not a robot, so that's not happening. I am just me living my life inside my brain, being a person. That's a whole nother discussion, is, like, are you your body, are you your brain, where is your consciousness? Like, that's a whole nother thing. For me on the daily, I'm in here, it's fine. When it's led up to a meltdown, or when I've, like, just felt so fucking overwhelmed and everything's wrong, I'm back here, and there's I'm a little me controlling everything, and I'm still me, I'm still the me I usually am, but instead of being my whole body, I'm a new little person in the very back of my mind. And it's one of those things where, like, to a level, I am, like, sort of proud of myself, Because a few years back, I probably would have been having like a full meltdown. I'd have cried on the way home. I would, quite frankly, to be completely honest with you, up until I was probably like 20 to 22-ish, this very likely would have led to a self-harm sesh. You know, like it would have been a really bad emotional time for me. And it's definitely not like a good fucking emotional time. I'm not enjoying it. But I definitely have much healthier fucking coping mechanisms and ways of getting through it now. And I deal with it a hell of a lot better, you know? It's also, to be fair, also just not that big a deal, you know? Most of it is just that I'm disappointed in myself, you know? I've just been having a lot more anxiety around like socialising and being around people lately. And I know that it's because I haven't been around people lately. But now the idea of being around people is all the more terrifying. And I think also, like, I had quite a few, like, London trips in a row, and I live in, like, a fairly big, like, built-up town, and I'm right by a city, and I lived in that city for a good long while. I just feel like I've been surrounded by people for so fucking long, and I feel like I've just, like, not breathed in a while. It's a whole vibe. I'm not feeling great on the fucking whole, and I've been sort of pushing through and just coping and dealing with it. And ignoring it completely. And when I'm doing better, this is the kind of thing that I would have been able to push through and get there. And, you know, like, the Halloween event that I went to dressed as Mr. Tusk, where I met the people that I was going to go and see tonight, I didn't want to go to that. I sat with Winter downstairs and was like, I don't want to go. We're having a good time here. Why don't I just stay here? And I was in, like, a decent enough place, even though I'd just moved and everything, that I pushed through it and just showed up and was like, I can leave in 20 minutes if I don't want to be here, you know, like, it's fine. And I really enjoyed myself, and it's really disappointing to think that, like, if I was just doing, like, a little bit better, maybe, like, I could have done it, but also it's real fucking frustrating in that way, because I'm saying, like, oh, I hadn't realised how badly I'm doing, but also, on the whole, I felt like I'm doing pretty damn fucking well lately, because, like, I've been, like, maintaining, like, an internet presence on Discord and, like, making friends online and stuff, which I think is, like, equally as important and valid as making friends in real life. Although I do also want to socialise and have real life friends. And I also, like, I've been eating so much better. I've been cooking my own meals. I've been, like, you know, moving my body, going for walks, getting outside, keeping up with, like, daily household things. Like, in so many ways, I've been doing the best that I've been doing in so fucking long. And yet... See, that's the thing, is I've been pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and ignoring all the bollocks. And it's definitely getting into, like, proper actual burnout territory where I'm disappointing myself and getting really frustrated with myself because I've pushed and pushed and pushed and now I literally just, like, cannot do the stuff that I've been pushing myself to do. Yeah, and it's stuff like that where, like, I don't know how I'd come to these realisations and realise this shit about myself and about, like, my mental health and how I'm doing and all that kind of shit if I wasn't doing this or having, like, proper therapy. And, like, most of us can't afford proper therapy, and most of us also aren't doing this, and I really wonder how other people are coping. And that is actually a prompt for you to comment how you cope, because I could definitely do with, like, coping mechanisms that aren't just sharing my problems on the internet and having a cup of tea. Like, thanks, Cams. But also, I've only been doing this for 16 and a half minutes, and I feel so much fucking better. Like, so much better. Like, I'm back mostly in the front again. Like, I've just explained the whole thing to you about that. And I am, like, mostly back in the front again. And it's one of those where, like, it feels like, you know when you're leaning back in an office chair and you get real comfy and then all of a sudden it feels like you're gonna go all the way back, so you, like, shoot forward. It feels like I shoot forward and I'm like, I'm back, I'm all good. And it seems like, it feels so dramatic to say. But that is literally what it is and what happens, and it's fucking weird. And I don't entirely know how I feel about having, like, the whole thing on camera. We'll see if this gets posted. It's one of those things where, like, I'm never gonna post one of my meltdowns. I'm very reluctant to even post myself crying whatsoever. There's a few times in the Discord that I've posted pictures of me crying to ashes because I'm like, it's not like an actual emotional, like, feel sorry for me. It's like, oh, I'm being so silly, I cry over these characters, you know? Like, I don't know if I would show, like, a genuine emotional distress moment online because they are just quite intimate and personal and private. And to a point, I suppose this is that, but it also isn't. I feel like this is the point that I've managed to work to not have those big emotional distress moments that I wouldn't want to share online. And I feel like, I don't want to be like, look at me go guys, but I feel like it is a place that a lot of people are working towards, and it's something that I worked towards for a very fucking long time and have put a lot of fucking effort into. And, you know, the whole thing with my channel is trying to like be authentic and real and help out other autistic people. And I feel like it's lovely that so many of you like are able to, I mean, it's not lovely, it's horrible that so many of you are able to relate to like my struggles and complaints, but it is very like validating and nice to know I'm not alone and all that kind of stuff. But I also would like to put out that like sometimes like I hate the whole things get better thing, because a lot of fucking things haven't on the whole, you know. But it is possible to work on things and actually have the work pay off and be able to have like a slightly easier time coping with some parts of life, you know. And it is very nice, it is real fucking lovely when years and years and years and years of work actually pay off in a way where you're not having massive moments of horrible emotional distress, and it is instead a weird sort of hazy dissociation thing that you feel semi-comfortable sharing on the internet. And all that being said, I haven't eaten anything yet because I thought I was gonna have pizza at the event, even though I knew I didn't fucking want pizza. So I'm gonna go make myself some food, and I really want to watch something with Serene Jones in. So we'll see what I watch. I mean, you won't, I will. I will watch what I watch. Yeah, I think I just wanted to share a little, like, sometimes the horrible things don't remain quite as horrible forever, you know? Yeah, like, as much as I'm always going to be autistic and find some things hard and have certain struggles and plenty of complaints, sometimes things do actually get a bit easier and you can work on things and be successful at it. And life isn't always quite as rough as it has been, you know? So, yeah. If you've got any, like, coping mechanisms, little things that you do, ways that you deal with things, tips for processing stuff, because I feel like a lot of my thing is not processing things and just moving on and being okay, guys. So anything about that, just any thoughts and opinions that you have, I would love to hear in the comments. If you want to further validate me, you can like this video and subscribe. You can also follow me over on Blue Sky, Instagram or TikTok. I'm going to link all of those down below. I'll also link my Discord no, I'm not. I don't link my Discord, but you can get the link to Discord if you become a Patreon, and you can also donate to me financially on Ko-fi if you want to. And honestly, just message me if you want the Discord link, because like if you're an asshole, you'll just get banned. So like I don't want anyone to just be able to stumble across it and come in, but like anyone is allowed in. I'm not actually trying to gatekeep it behind a paywall. So that is that. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're all having a lovely evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I will see you again in a couple of days. And it should be my Halifax vlog, so that might actually be fun.